Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms, and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks. If you go down the links below as well, everyone knows this is October, the month of breast cancer awareness. I'm all about bringing the fight to breast cancer, okay? Go down to that link tree, click the Susie G. Komen donation link. I've partnered with them to do a fundraiser, trying to raise some money. So please go down there and give anything you can. $1, $2, $3, whatever you can is greatly appreciated. Let's bring the fight to breast cancer and eradicate this awful disease, all right? I want to thank everyone that does that. So with all that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about the New York Jets' upcoming game against the Miami Dolphins. It's time, baby. It's time, all right? We talk about ascending in this league. We talk about getting better. We talk about pushing to make the playoffs, all that stuff. A lot of that stuff, this stuff starts with taking care of divisional opponents, all right? You dominate your division, you get wins and get those W's in your division, it's going to be a lot easier to ascend and make the playoffs, make push for the playoffs, all right? And guess what? Dolphins are a divisional opponent, and we've got to handle them, all right? They're in the AFC East, we're in the AFC East. We've got to do what we got to do to take care of business, okay? Now, keep in mind, their coach, McDaniels, our coach as well, Sulla, they have a history, okay? They were both spent time together in San Francisco, as coaches there, so they're very familiar with each other. They have a rapport, they have a relationship as well. And that's something that could work in our favor because that familiarity can help Sulla, really dissect things for his defense against their offense, and really dial some things up to get some pressure after him. And we're going to talk about that in a second. Now, I want to talk about our offense first because that's the big question mark, all right? And I'm looking this week, and I think the big concern for me is protection. The protection of Zach Wilson. Now, Zach's dealing with a little bit of an ankle injury. Nothing too crazy, right? But he is, dealing with a little bit of ankle soreness at this point. And, we've got to figure out a way to keep this guy protected and good to go, all right? And there's going to be some offensive line shuffling, possibly. Dwayne Brown has returned to practice, okay? And there's talks that he may actually be good to go to play this upcoming game against the Dolphins. All right, now we know Dwayne Brown returned from IR. He was dealing with the injury. He's the guy that we signed. We were already talking to him before Mekhi Becton went down, but once Becton went down, we were actually able to get the deal done, and he was in the door. And then he went down with the injury as well that had him sat out until what looks like he's going to come back this week at this point, okay? Now, again, they're talking about him being a game time decision, okay? So there's still a question mark there. But if he does come back, that opens the door, okay, what do we do at right tackle? Because ATV, last week, Elijah Vera-Tucker was playing left tackle. Dwayne Brown comes back, that moves ATV to where? Could he end up playing right tackle? Could he go back to right guard and they start Connor McDermott at right tackle? I don't know. Connor McDermott is not good. He is dumpster juice. I'm telling you, he's bad. He's bad. But again, he's a backup tackle. But man, he's bad. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen up front. Again, Sulla, to this point, the staff has said it's going to be a game time decision. I think it's a lot of gamesmanship with Sulla and whether he's going to start guys or not. But if Dwayne Brown is fully healthy and ready to go, I would imagine that he's going to actually play and be the starting left tackle. Now, my big concern with him as well is rust. He hasn't been playing. He's coming off of an injury. He just showed up this week at practice. Is he going to be able to get ready, get it going in live game time action? Again, offensive line is all about cohesion, okay? They have to be a unit. They have to be together. You have to know what the man next to you is going to do. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to gel quickly and get things together because boy, oh boy, if you do not protect Zach Wilson properly against the Miami Dolphins, it's going to be a long day because Melvin Ingram, who they have, is serious business. Ogba as well. He gets after it. Phillips. They got this dude Baker that really will crush you if you don't get him blocked. And also they got Raekwon Davis. Raekwon Davis is a good player in this league. So all these guys, they can bring some pressure with their front. So we've got to, again, make sure that Zach is properly protected. Also, I think again, another thing as well is our running game has got to be much better than it was in the last game. We've got to be more balanced offense. If our if we're having issues pass protecting, the least thing we could do is open up holes in the run game and allow Brees Hall and Michael Carter to kind of get working and open things up for us offensively. Another big thing as well is the Dolphins corner Xavier Howard, who I think is their best corner. He's dealing with a groin injury, so he's questionable for this game as well. He can end up not playing. If he's not playing, listen, Corey Davis, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, boy, it's time to feast, okay? It's time to feast. Get after it. I need to see, Corey Davis fed as well. This is a guy that showed up big down the stretch against the Steelers. Garrett Wilson also, we've seen him really go off this week or this year. So far, he's really put some really solid games together, and Elijah Moore has been fantastic. So I want to see, again, this offense get started fast. We got to get started faster. These fourth quarter comebacks are phenomenal, right? They're great to watch, but they're not always going to work in this league. A lot of good things fell our way in Cleveland, and it worked out for us. A lot of good things fell our way against the Steelers. We were able to come back even though we were down double digits. You can't consistently do that and think that you're going to be a winner in this league. Let's start fast, especially when you look at the Dolphins' offense. That offense starts fast. So if we get down by a bit and you're just lollygagging, sleepwalking through the first half and you think you're going to be able to turn it up in the fourth quarter down multiple touchdowns, the answer is gonna be no, bro. They'll put you away early, and then you'll never be able to catch up. So this offense has got to get rolling quickly. Now you look at the Jets defense and what they're gonna be tasked to do this week against this Dolphins offense. Again, we're 2-2. The Dolphins are 3-1, and they're coming to town. And Tua's not gonna be playing in this game. We all know he's dealing with the concussion issues, and hopefully he returns well again. I don't like the Dolphins at all, but I don't want to see Tua deal with what he's been dealing with. I hope he comes back and he's okay. Teddy Bridgewater is coming to town with the Dolphins. He's going to be their starter. And this is a guy that is very smart. He is nothing to sleep on at all. He's not Michael Vick fast, but he can move. He's a guy like, we saw some quarterbacks that we've played against in the past, like Jacoby. Jacoby was kind of the same way. Not a guy that's extremely fast, but guess what? He can move when he gets outside that pocket, and he can extend drives, getting yards, getting first downs, and keeping the chains moving just with what he has because he's a bit mobile. So we've got to watch that with Teddy Bridgewater as well and not lose him in our lanes. The two big weapons that they have outside of wide receiver, we all know. Tyreek Hill, he's actually dealing with a quad injury. And they also got Jalen Waddle as well, who's dealing with a groin injury. Let me tell you something. We got to get these guys covered, man. Jalen Waddle's a monster. But again, Tyreek Hill, Cheetah, we all know he takes the top off of defenses. So Sauce and DJ Reed are going to be tested. And I want to see how the New York Jets defense, Sulla, Albridge, the defensive coordinators, the guys that work on that defense, I want to see how they figure out a way to get these guys covered. I'm guessing there's going to be safety help. So again, Joyner and Whitehead, I think are going to be huge in making sure that those two guys don't go off. So I want to see how we get these guys covered because, man, it is going to get nasty. I know that they're going to test Sauce early and often because, again, he's a young rookie corner, and they're going to try to take advantage of him. But he's looked really good this year, so I expect him to really step up to the table and step up to the task of handling business. They're also going to possibly be without their starting left tackle, Armstead, who's dealing with a toe injury. So that could bode well for us because our pass rush has got to be on. Carl Lawson, Jermaine Johnson, Quinnen Williams, Huff, who's played amazing, man, when he finally was able to be put on the field, right? Activated, we saw what he could bring to the table. Let's continue that pressure. Huff better be playing in this game. He better be within the rotation. Do not make him inactive ever again because we saw the type of pressure that he was able to bring as well. So, and again, Vinny Curry, he's returning to practice, so I want to see where he's going to be if they're going to make sure that he's on that field as well within that rotation. So we'll see. But we have to get after Teddy Bridgewater. Our pass rush has to be effective in this upcoming game. Then you also look at the weapon that kills us every year, Gesicki. Man, we have to find a way to get this guy, Mike Gesicki, covered, man. I think our linebackers, again, are going to be tested in this game, too. C.J. Mosley is probably going to be tasked with handling Gesicki. We have to find a way to get this guy covered. He kills us every single time we play the Dolphins. Every time we play the Dolphins, Gesicki finds a way to go off. We have to keep this guy under wraps. And I think another big thing for this Jets defense in this upcoming game is stop the dumb penalties. The dumb penalties are killing us. These these roughing the passer calls that help extend other people's drives, the stupid pass interference calls where we're not looking back for the ball. We do this every single week and it costs us. We've got to stop those things. Stop the stupid penalties, okay? Get these guys off the field. Don't help your opponent by giving them free yardage and extending their drives because a lot of those drives end up in points. So, with that said, I am taking the New York Jets to win this football game. I'm taking the Jets to win the game 24-21. That's what I'm taking. I'm taking the Jets. I think it comes down to the wire, and we end up kicking a goal in the fourth and getting a win. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you think this game ends up? What are your thoughts about the Jets offense, particularly the offensive line? Do you think they'll be able to properly protect Zach Wilson? How would you handle the shuffling of the line if Dwayne Brown comes back? If he doesn't come back, what would you do? Do you keep ATV at left tackle? What are your thoughts about this Jets defense? How do you think they'll fare against, this wide receiver combination of Hill and Waddle? Let me know. Also, how do you think we'll handle Gesicki? Because he's coming to town as well. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. You folks have a good one. Peace.